Hello everyone, welcome to the mill. I am so excited today to finally help you dive into the world of Wyrmspan. Now, a lot's been already shared with Jamie over the past month, so today I thought I would bring you through some turns and actually kind of also give you a look at the solo mode. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play a full round, the first round of a play. I'll start with how I'm going to choose my cards and set up the automa, and I'll run you through a round of solo Wyrmspan to hopefully give you a good feel for the game, and so you can start to see some of those key differences with Wingspan, because I would definitely say, I know people are worried about it both being on their shelves. We're pretty happy to have both because it's definitely a very different kind of advanced feel than base Wingspan. So give me a second, I'll move my camera so you can see my board and the Dragon Guild, and we'll get going. You can see my game setup. You can see my cavern board, which if you're curious, this board is a little bit bigger than your Wingspan player boards. Here we have the Dragon Guild. I am playing with the Plains Guild today. All right, so as you can see, it's on the 2 to 3 player side. If you flip to the back, it would be the 4 to 5 player side. So pretty much your setup for solo is going to be like you're setting up for a 2-player game for the most part, with some adjustments. I'll be playing purple. The automa is going to be the yellow or gold. We both start on the start place on the Dragon Guild, and then the automa has 1 cube that's put to the side here for when their cards would let them place a cube in the guild. They only can do 1 right now. What I kind of have off to the side here, you can see it a little bit, I'll bring it up here just for now, is the round tracker. Much like in Wingspan here, you have your different objectives. And the automa is going to get another cube in between each round that they could potentially put in the guild. And that's why they are here waiting as a reminder for me to put them in every round. So for this first round that I'm going to be showing you, the automa and I are going to be looking for shy dragons, which is one of the characteristics. They either will be shy, playful, aggressive, or helpful. So I'm going to keep that to the side. That's not really necessary for you to see right now. I have my dragon row ready, my cavern or cave cards ready here, my explorers here, and then I have these cubes that are going to be, I'm going to put these over here because that's for the automa for scoring each round as well. Now, what happens, this is going to be much like my first part of the game. In a regular multiplayer game, you get to look at 3 dragon cards, 3 cave cards, all right? And what you get to do is you get to choose a total of 4 of these. So I'm going to look at what the goals are. I'm going to look at what I want to do and their powers. And I get to choose 4 of these 6 cards. Then I get to choose 3 resources of my choice, which is a big difference from Wingspan where you could get 1 of each. And you couldn't double up. So for instance, like if I really want 2 purple gems, I want to be able to do that in Wingspan. In Wyrmspan, I can, which is a nice flexibility that's been added. So if I'm looking at our goals, I do need, our second round goal is large dragons. Ooh, and I have 2 of them. So I'm really thinking I want those. All right. And it's a shy dragon, which is the first round. I got to get this guy out right away. And every time I go through that cave, he's going to get me a cave card, which is huge. So definitely keeping these 2. All right, probably don't need a 3rd dragon. Probably want to have a couple of cavern cards. Ooh, gain a coin. Now this is the other big thing. So this cavern, when I put it in, cave I should say, is going to give me a coin, which is big because coins are essentially your turn markers. That'll get me essentially an extra turn in the game. So I definitely need that. All right. This one would be good later. It says up to 3 times pay a card to lay 2 eggs. Each opponent may do this once. What's really nice is some of these powerful cave cards also give your opponent something. So it's a nice little interactive part. And then, oh, this is nice. This will give me a meat and an egg. So yeah, I think I'm going to go with 2 cave cards and 2 dragon cards. So I'm just going to discard these guys up here so we don't need them anymore. All right, and now I get to choose 3 pieces. So I definitely want to get this guy out because I need shy and large dragons for my first 2 rounds. So I'm going to go with a gold, which my friend group, we affectionately call him Butter, just for fun. And then I'm going to take a gem for sure so I can get him out right away. All right, which we was came with the food thing, so we might, if I slip and call them grapes, you know what I'm talking about. So those will be 2 of my starting resources. And then, you know what, I think I'm gonna go with another gem, because if I put this guy out, he's gonna get me that meat I need. So I'm gonna go with a second gem. So this way I have a way of getting all of these out, hopefully this round, potentially. Some of these dragons are more expensive, and some even you have to pay an extra coin. So those are powerful. So these guys, I'm gonna put to the side. That's my starting hand. You also start the game with an egg. I love the new speckled eggs. I think the purple's my favorite because it has that nice little gold shimmer there. And you have 2 storage spots right here. So even if you don't have a dragon, you have a place to store. And then you also start with 6 coins, which are your action markers. Now the automa will never earn these resources. The automa only gets dragon cards and cave cards, and will score for those at the end of the game. So looking at the automa difficulty, I'm going to keep it simple today. I'm just going to do automa 1, and that's going to use cards 1 through 8 in their deck, which I've already pulled out. And this tells you right here how the automa endgame scoring goes. On the back, there's a ravel mode. I have not tried it yet, but that's going to kind of vary it up if you want a little bit more in your solo play. So just for purposes of showing the game off and different actions, I'm going to do automa level 1. So I'm going to put this here as my reminder. Here are the cards 1 through 8. To get their deck ready, I will shuffle. And then it tells me to take 1 card out. Technically, I shouldn't look at it, but I'll give you a look at the automa here in a minute. So that's their deck. They have 7 cards. Okay. And now we can play. I'm going to take the first turn because I want to. And it's a solo game. So the first thing I want to do is I really want to get this quartzy rock breaker out because he's giving me that shy dragon that I need for the first round, and he's a large dragon. And this little symbol here that looks like my explorer, that's going to help my engine. Think of it as almost like a brown power if you've played Wingspan before. So I really want to get him out because then that's my engine going. He can only be played in the middle row, which is the golden grotto. So to play a dragon, which is enticing them, because I would like to entice them to our cave. And what's nice is your first column already has a cave in each of them. So I'm going to play him here, which means that's going to cost me 1 coin, because enticing costs us a coin and whatever other cost is on the card. So I'll pay my coin, and I'll pay my gold and my gem. And now I have a dragon in my golden grotto. And that's my entire turn. So now the automa goes. So I flip the card over, and I'm looking for a couple things. This over here, there's nothing there. So he's not going to mess with the dragon rows up here. This would be if I'd already put a coin on the board to help them with their objectives, then I would take 1 away, but he hasn't put 1 yet. The automa really works a lot with the Dragon Guild. So right now it's round 1, so that means the automa is going to move once on the Dragon Guild. Egg does nothing for it. If I had hit one of the brown spaces, then it would be getting some stuff. Okay, so that's something to note. Anytime it goes by the round spaces here and here, then it's going to get something. And that's it. It's a really simple automa, which is the kind that I like, because I don't want my other player to have to make me think. So that's it. That's all he's doing. Now it's my turn again. Now, I want to be able to play my other dragon. So I need to get this meat potentially from this cavern. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to excavate. So I've enticed and now I'm gonna excavate and I'm gonna go, let's see, where can my dragon go? This guy's gonna go here or here, but you know what? I like this middle row and I wanna be able to explore on it. And I'm kinda eyeing this dragon guy up here. So yeah, and this will give me a card. Yeah, I want to be doing more exploring. I'm hoping the automa's not going to take that Eternal Fey Dragon because I really want that card. So yeah, I'm going to excavate here. When you excavate, it costs a coin and potentially something printed on the column. That's only over here, so I'm not there yet. So I just need to pay a coin again. And now that's the win played. So now I get a meat and I get to lay an egg. I'm gonna go with, I love the purple eggs and I love the blue eggs. So I'm gonna go with the blue egg. I can put it on the dragon or I can just pour it over here. I'm just gonna store it over here for right now. And that's my turn. I excavated a cavern. So now we go back to the automa. All right, so this icon here, I'll bring it up to you. That icon there is only going to matter if it's the last card of the deck, because that means the automa would pass if it's the last card on the deck. Otherwise, there's nothing on this spot. We're in round 1, so he's going to move 1 on the Dragon Guild. And doesn't get anything for it yet. And that is it. So, next, what do I want to do? Well, I have the money. I could put my dragon in. Ooh, I would like to get him in, because this is an end of each round marker. So at the end of each round, he's going to give me a meat that I could catch on the dragon. So like Wingspan, any food that's caught on here will give you a point at the end of the game. And that's the symbol for end of round. So in Wyrmspan, Wingspan kind of added different style of cards and powers as expansions came out. This one has end of round powers and end of game powers and when played powers and kind of more the engine building powers all in the base game. So yeah, I want to get this guy out for sure. Now, I think I'm going to put him up here as I do like how this gives me the resources. There's a lot more flexibility with gaining resources in Wyrmspan because you get a lot of these icons to let you get any of them. Remember, coins are separate from resources. So yeah, I'm going to get this guy up here, which means I need to pay a coin again. And oh, I forgot what else. I forgot I wanted to do this. That's okay. And I'm going to pay my gem and my meat. I am out of all my resources. But now I have 2 caverns that are going to be a little bit better for exploring. And I still have at least 3 turns left that I could take this round. All right, so I paid my coin, I paid my meat and my gem, and this guy's going to trigger at the end of the round. So back to the automa. Once again, nothing up top, and they're only going to move 1 on the guild. You can kind of see how it amps up every round. And nothing happening here on the guild yet. All right, so even though the automa landed on a card here and they do get cards, they don't get any of these bonuses as they go around the guild. They only get to bonuses when they hit these brown spots. So just kind of a reminder there for you. Okay, so now it's back to my turn. And what I really want, I want this card so that I can go along this Dragon Guild a little bit more. And it will help my engine when I'm going across here to get back over there. So I'm going to do my first explore action. To explore, since it's the first time I'm exploring this cave, I have to pay a coin. I put it here as a reminder, and it'll go away at the end of the round. Every time you explore the same cave in a round, it gets more and more pricey. So, little explorer guy's coming out. First, he goes here, and there's a little explorer icon. He gets a dragon card, and I get my Eternal Fey Dragon I really want. What's great is, because I put this here, it's built my engine up, and I get a cave card as well, which I'm eyeing this one. It's going to give me a bunch of eggs when I play it. And now I get to go once around the Dragon Guild, which in my case will get me an egg. I'll get the other type of blue egg. I like those. And I'll put it here. I'm running out of egg space. Now I have a stop sign. I don't have another dragon, so my exploration is done. And I'm going to move him back to base camp. So you've already seen that. That's your 3 actions: excavate, entice, and explore. Also a note here, you'll notice it tells you at the end of your turn you have to discard down to a total of 9 cards between the 2 types, 9 coins and 9 resources. I would say in the multiplayer games I've played, sometimes people have gone, towards the end of the game, people have gotten really close on the 9 resources. Haven't really had troubles with the other ones. I also, at the end of my turn, need to refill our market here. Now it's the automa's turn. All right, it's not the last card in the deck, so this doesn't matter. Ooh, this hurts me. So this means I put a coin over on this round, which is going to help him score when we do end of round. And now he's going to go twice around the track. So 1, 2. So there's a very good chance that next time this guy's going to be getting to the Plains Guild before me. All right, my turn. I am not even close to having the resources for this Eternal Fey Dragon. So that's going to be a goal for later. I do have this awesome cavern that's going to get me a coin, which is an extra turn. Oh, and there's a playful dragon out there, which is one of... Ooh, I want to get that new dragon that came out too. Oh, and I love that new cavern. I might just go and explore again. Yep, I have enough coins so I can do the explore action, and then I can still put this cavern out to get one more. So we're going to do that. I'm going to show you. I'm going to explore the Golden Grotto again. So it pays me a coin and an egg. Now I can get this playful dragon, because that's going to help me in round 3. And it's going to get me a resource of my choice. And then this guy's going to get me that cavern. I love this guild track. I really like getting the free resources around it. So I really like this cave too. And speaking of that track, this is going to let me go around and get some meat. So now, hey, I finally have something I can work with here with some resources. And once again, it goes back to my base camp. And I need to refill my cards. All right. Ooh, those are... there's one of the hatchlings! Oh, I probably won't be able to get them, but just to give you a look at a hatchling, 1, the art on them is adorable. 2, you can see how the hatchling gives you the engine building power. Then it gives you the passive ability. And then if you get to do it 3 times, then you get this one-time bonus. I had a friend, I think it was something like this, where it was catching the milk and very much took advantage of it. So hatchlings are pretty fun. All right. Now the automa. All right. Well, this is nice for me. So the automa's going to lose that coin I just put down on them. So I'm looking pretty good for winning or tying on that board. But they are going to move twice. So they'll move twice here. And they are going to activate the brown spaces. So 1, they get the card from the 2 spot. All right, so that's the automa's card. That's going to give them 7 points at the end of the game. And now they're going to take, since they have a cube here, that's what this one's referring to, they're going to go down 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh man, that's a good one. So they just took the gain 1 point for every 2 eggs you have rounded up. So they won't actually score that, but they have blocked me from a really good scoring option at the end of the game. All right, so that's the automa card. They have 2 cards left. All right, so I want to be able to do more. Let's look at the 2 dragons I got. All right, well, I'm eventually going to want to put this guy out. Might want to put them up here so I can keep that going. So I'm going to put, just so I can get that extra coin and that extra turn, I'm going to use my last coin to excavate, because when I play this, I get that coin right back. So I'm going to get an extra turn for this round. Could save it for the next one, but I'm probably not. All right, now the automa's turn. All right, this is not their last card, so this doesn't matter. Oh, I should have put when they took that dragon, I should have put that there. Oh, but this is sad. So the hatchling's going away. This symbol means I have to refresh our dragons. Oh my gosh, maybe I'll have to explore one more time. I love that little hatchling. Oh my gosh, you have to see these cards. So this is some of my favorites. I love this little cuddled up hatchling. And there's your cover dragon, the Royal Wyrmspan. Ooh, which is a fun end around dragon. Probably not be able to get any of these, but this way you at least get to see them. All right, so that was clearing that. They get a coin back on for objectives. Round one, they're moving one around the Dragon Guild, and that's their turn. All right, so I've managed to get myself an extra coin here. If I put this cavern out, then I'll get to go around the guild track, which will be able to get me a dragon. And I could get either that hatchling or the Royal Wyrmspan. That might need to happen. Yep, that's totally happening. So I think that's what I'm going to do, is I'm going to excavate now. Which one of those guys do I want? I really like that little hatchling guy. And if I can get a bunch of dragon cards, he'll really help me. They'd be good to have both. I think, ooh, that dragonette's very expensive, but I love the hatchling. All right. I might go for the hatchling, which means I'm going to need another one up here. So I'm going to excavate, which is going to cost me an egg and a coin. I'm going to put him here, which is going to move me one on the dragon track, which gets me a card. I'm going to take this flocking dragonette just because I think he's so adorable. And then I also get an egg from my guy. I'll just put him in here. All right, so that's my last coin. Next time I'm going to have to pass. All right, Automa's last turn. So now if the pass symbol's on here, which it is, so there's the pass symbol. It's the last card in the deck. So the Automa is done with their turns. And now I am also done with my turn. So we have reached the end of the round. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring over our round tracker. All right. So our first round was for shy dragons. I have one shy dragon. And if you look here for the Automa symbols, if it's in round one, which we are, they have 0 to add here, but they do have 1 coin. So we tied. All right, ties are extremely friendly in Wyrmspan. So even if you have 3 people tied for first, whoever's the next one would still go in that next column. And we're both still, so this means we're both going to get 4 points. So I will put a purple and a yellow cube here because we both had 1. So I'll put that away. Shy dragons are done. So we do that first. Marker is moving over here. And now this is reminding us this cube for the Automa is going to go over and be available on the Dragon Guild. We need to refresh the dragon and cave cards, and I get 6 more coins and an egg. So this is why maybe you would, put some other stuff. Actually, before I do that, I need to activate my round guy now that I'm looking at the board. So I do have 1 power here. So I can gain a meat. I could catch it on here. I'm not, because I want the resources, because even if I don't need the meat, I can trade in any 2 resources for 1 to help me with any of my goals. All right. And now I clear these. Put new ones out. It's also really cool. I'll kind of show you here. The artist for the cave cards tried to get them so no matter the color they would line up. So they really make this gorgeous, like full scene when you look at them and put them together. So I did that. Now I get 6, so I clear this part. So that egg goes away, I don't get it back. Clear the coins, and now I get 6 coins back to start the round. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I get 1 egg. Taking our blue one. Let's put it over here for now. So I've done all that. Now to reset the automa, the card that I put to the side from the 8 deck, I put back in. Shuffle these. All right, put one to the side without looking at it. And they have their deck. And so we would be starting. I would pass the first player marker over to the automa, and they would start round 2. And that is a first round of solo Wyrmspan. Plays extremely similar to a multiplayer game for yourself, which is nice. If you have any questions, either about the solo mode or Wyrmspan, or any comparisons to Wingspan, please let us know, and hope you enjoyed the mill today. Thanks. Bye.